Such a rare sight. Almost never get to see her out. Love watching these guys eat. Just drop a bunch of crickets in there, and they go crazy. Constantly filling their water bowls up with substrate though. Every day I gotta empty them out. This is just a regular old house spider found in my kitchen. I love how their eyes glow. This is another new addition that I added to the collection recently and haven't had time to show you guys. This is my feather tail centipede. Don't know if she'll eat or not. She usually just chills on that piece of driftwood right there until I open it up, and then she starts to burrow. But unlike all my other centipedes, she's usually always out. No. But she's usually always on that piece of driftwood right there until I open it. And she'll start to burrow down. But until I bother her, she's always right there. These are my Pac-Man frog setups. They require a lot of humidity, and I found with these cases that I usually make for the arboreal tarantula slings, I made it into a terrestrial enclosure, and I put a heat pad on one side, on this side, up against the wall, and it creates all this extra humidity because they can't have dry substrate. see so many people having problems with the Pac-Man frogs, but these seem to be doing really well. Let's open it up and see if he wants to eat. Always got to slide all the moisture off. I just gotta coax these guys to eat. But these are the ones that Edward Tyndall sent me. And so far they've been doing really well in these setups that I've made. Keeps it moist, keeps it humid, keeps it a little warm, and so far they've been doing really good. And this is one of the two that I have. This one I'm not sure if it will eat or not. This one's been having some issues. I came down the other night and it was face down in its hole and it looked like it was compacted. So I was able to take some time and get rid of the blockage, and like really didn't look like it was doing good. It was like in convulsions and stuff. But I was able to move the blockage and she seems to be back in her hole the way she normally is and back to usual. So let's see if she wants to eat. Yep, she's back to her old self, eating her food. Oh, hold on. There you go, babe. There you go. But that's a good sign. She's back in her hole. She's back to eating normally. It just makes me wonder if I didn't come down the other night to check on her, if she would have made it. Because it was a pretty big blockage. I was feeding them whole superworms. So I don't know if she couldn't digest the whole superworm or what it was. But so for now on, I'm just going to either give them crickets or cut the superworms in half and see how that does. But she's doing pretty good compared to where she was at the other night. I'm just glad I caught it in time and was able to help her. So, grateful for that. Add some more water to her water bowl one right here. But if you have a Pac-Man frog and you're having issues with it or anything, I definitely suggest trying to do one of these enclosures. Pretty simple. Just take the car model cases, put on its side, and there's perforated holes all around the top edge, so it's got plenty of cross ventilation. And then you got the cocoa fiber in there. And then put a little small water dish. I have some moss in here. A lot of people don't like moss because they say the frogs try to eat it and it gives them issues and stuff. But it's just a small patch, just to, if she wants to get out of the wetness or out of the substrate, she has her option to do that. But other than that problem the other night, they've been doing really good. So we'll see how it goes over the next couple days. But really glad that she ate. This is my Everglades rat snake, also sent to me by Edward Tyndall and Sarah. Just wanted to show them. She just got done eating a small mouse, so she's digesting that. Other than coming out for feeding, you almost never see her. She's always hiding. She's usually underneath there in the water, back underneath that. But such a pretty snake. This is her enclosure. And that is my Everglades rat snake. This is my Jackson's chameleon. She is gravid, so I try not to mess with her too much. Hopefully soon we'll be having some baby Jackson chameleons from this pretty girl. If you look back there, I don't know if you can tell, her stomach is on like one side of the branch. She looks really skinny there, but it's because she's got her whole stomach pushed over on the other side of the branch, I guess, to make herself comfortable. Let's try feeding her, see what happens. Hungry mama. Sit here and watch these guys eat forever. Loving the tongue action. Alright, let's leave her alone. And this is my iguana cage that I've been working on. The outdoor enclosure. Don't mind, it's a little rainy right now. And towel rack for the pool. So, do a little tour of this real quick. Plus I have to release the fish. Got plants. A box turtle in here somewhere. Oh. That's a box turtle. There's also a painter turtle. Instead of being in the pond, for some reason it's out here, dug into the ground. You probably really can't see them, but all three of them are up there. There's one there, and the other two are cuddled up in the planter box up there. But we got all the climbing space in the pond. There's koi, catfish, tadpoles, and then I just picked up More goldfish. More tadpoles right there, you can't really see it. Look, got these logs for the turtle to easily get in and out. Alright, so let's release the goldfish. All kinds of plants, all kinds of spots to climb, and every morning, first thing in the morning, I have the sprinkle hose, I don't know what you call them, all up top, and it waters the plants. Everything stays watered. As soon as the sun comes up, the sensor kicks it on and it waters all the plants. There's all kinds of stuff that they eat planted in here. You can see the other stuff. I planted a bunch of seeds along with pre-bought plants. Strawberries are starting to grow. These, I forget what these are called. Elephant leaves or something. But this is their outdoor enclosure for when the warm weather comes out. Mr. Box turtles under there.